Hey guys, so do you think alt fragrances effing fantastic is effing fabulous? Stay tuned. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, collectors. My name is Earl, and this is the Casual Collector. Hey, so as a casual collector, as I consider myself to be, I've never had an issue purchasing a clone fragrance or an inspired fragrance of a popular fragrance or a niche fragrance that obviously has like a really crazy price point, i.e., this video today. So, a couple of years ago, when I started to step my foot into higher end designer and niche fragrances, I started trying out a lot of Tom Ford fragrances because that's what everybody talks about: Tom Ford, Creed, um, Bond, Zerjoff, places like that, or fragrances like that. So it really took me a while to find a Tom Ford fragrance in particular that I liked. Then I saw a video, and the name of this fragrance really intrigued me, right? So I went to try it out, and of the Tom Ford fragrances, I thought the name was really unique, as well as the smell, as well as the price point. I was not spending $300 at the time on the fragrance. I think I smelled this in like Saks or Bloomingdale's, one of those stores, and I was like, nah, that is just out of the way crazy. I'm not ready for that just yet. So of course, like the algorithms does, I went back later on, maybe that day or the next day, and alt fragrances just started popping up on my Facebook all over the place. Not really sure why. I don't even think I typed in the Tom Ford fragrance, but for whatever reason, my phone just knew that I was in that space and that I was looking at that fragrance. So I went on Alt Fragrance's website and I saw that they had a lot of clones, a lot of Creed clones, and some of the other popular fragrances. And then I found close toward the bottom of the screen this fragrance, which is called Effing Fantastic, number 15. And I said, you know what? The worst I could do is try it. The sample was $9. I get into pricing later, but the sample was $9. So I said, why not try it? And so waited a couple of days, got it in the mail, and was like, that's interesting. That really smells like what I remember. But I didn't have the fragrance, the Tom Ford fragrance, to reference at the time. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna wear it. As you could tell, I'm kind of down to the bottom. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe close to a month ago, I was on one of the Facebook groups, and one of the guys on the Facebook groups had the Tom Ford fragrance for sale for a really great price. So I decided to pull the trigger. So yesterday, I decided to wear these side by side and do a real comparison to see which one was better, if the alt fragrance matched up to the Tom Ford fragrance. So let's get into it. So today I'm also going to spray them side by side. The alt fragrance going on my left hand and Tom Ford effing Fabulous going on my right hand. So let's check it out. There's one from there, and I'm almost done with the alt. So obviously you know that I really enjoyed the fragrance because I about used all of this up when this deal came about. So how close are they really in smell? I would say 98%. When I tell you the similarity is almost identical twin level with that bitter almond, the leathery feel, the cashmere kind of blended toward the bottom and the dry down. I'm really impressed with all fragrances. And they're not sponsoring this video. I just, playing around with your fragrances, you testing stuff all the time, or I'm testing stuff all of the time. And I was like, this would be a good try. And, I wore it throughout the day. I went out, did some running around, and kind of came back and was just like really pleased and really kind of surprised because I have clones, I have inspirations, and most fragrances come close to that 90% range, but very rare have I had anything that really come like so close. I will say the main difference that really catches my nose is the Tom Ford fragrance, the Effin' Fabulous, seems warmer. It's the same notes, but it has like this warm undertone, especially in the dry down. Whereas the alt fragrance, Effin' Fantastic, is not as warm. And it's strange to really put into words because it is practically the same fragrance in a way. It's the same notes, it smells exactly the same, but the alt fragrance has like this brighter, I don't know how to really describe it, but it is brighter. To me, it's more pronounced. And with that, let's get into the projection and longevity. The projection for both fragrances, the FM Fantastic and the FM Fabulous, lasts for about 3 hours. Really strong projection. I'm talking about a little bit further than the arm's length away. If somebody walked past, they definitely know that you're wearing it. They probably don't know what you're wearing, but they could definitely pick up the scent. As far as longevity, the alt fragrance actually lasted a little bit longer than the FM Fabulous. So for me, the FM Fabulous stayed on my skin pretty prominent for about 7 hours before it became a skin scent to where I had to really put it up to my nose. The FM Fantastic stayed for about 9 hours, close to 10, before I had to really put my hand up to my nose. And when I woke up this morning, I was really still able to pick up the scent on my clothes. Because what I did was yesterday, I put one on both hands, one on both sides of my neck, and then pretty much kind of like around the collar. And when I woke up, I was still the side that I sprayed the FM Fantastic on, which was the left side. It was still radiating. The FM Fabulous was there, it was a scent, but it wasn't as pronounced. So as far as pricing, this is where these things completely split and go in two different directions. So for the Tom Ford fragrances, this 30 ml, the cheapest I was able to find it online was $250 for a 30 ml. So as far as the alt fragrance, this is a sample, so I only paid $9.99 for it. But if you go on the website, the 60 ml bottle of this particular fragrance is $45. So you talk about $160 difference for practically double the scent if you're comparing the size of the bottles. Like I said, the alt fragrance, their biggest bottle was 60 milliliters for $45. Tom Ford was $205 for 30 ml. That was from Tom's Ford website, and that was from a discounted website. So in regards to price, it's just, there's space for everyone. If you're a casual collector and don't really want to pay the high-end designer prices or the niche prices, then alt fragrances, to me, I think is a really good option. If you don't mind spending that money and you want to have the presentation, because the presentation for the Tom Ford bottles definitely does stick out on your shelf. I really enjoy it myself, and I really like Tom Ford fragrances now that I've grown my palette to higher end designer and niche style fragrances. So yeah, in scent similarities, I say they're one of one. They're neck of neck. As far as projection longevity, alt fragrances just a little bit more, just a little bit better. As far as price, alt fragrances. And as far as presentation, the alt fragrance bottle, the 60 ml, is just the regular square bottle. Presentation wise, I definitely have to give it to Tom Ford. I also give the creativity and uniqueness to Tom Ford because obviously they are the originator of this fragrance. They're the originator of this name. So, for that, that does belong to Tom Ford. And just for originality, I would definitely give it to Tom Ford too. I have not smelled a single fragrance that reminds me of this besides this. So as far as I'm concerned, the creativity, the originality definitely goes to Tom Ford. But hats off to alt fragrances for creating the same goddamn fragrance. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on Tom Ford's FM Fabulous versus alt fragrances FM Fantastic. If you guys tried it, tell me in the comments. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about these videos. But tell me what you think about these fragrances as well. I'm really trying to, better these videos, make them a little bit more entertaining, kind of bring you guys some different narratives. So if you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about these fragrances and this video. And if you like this channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button. I'm dropping videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you guys. And until then, when you get ready to step out into the world, be sure to smell good and smile. Have a fucking great day.